June the 14th, 2:57 p.m. Saturday. Lucas is officially your boyfriend. You board a luxury boat to Monte Carlo to watch the Formula One races. As you walk hand in hand with Lucas to the Monaco Grand Prix, you notice a couple in the entrance lines. A tall, blonde guy has his long arms around his girlfriend, who leans against him with her slender back. You recognize her long brown hair and realize it's Chelsea and Arno. You greet them. Chelsea looks excited to see you. Arno hugs you and is kind to Lucas. Chelsea and Lucas quickly verify the VIP tickets. Arno looks at you as you both wait in silence. You both have so much to say, yet not enough room to speak. Chelsea motions for you guys to come and signals that they verified the tickets. Arno takes your hand out of habit before quickly letting go. You feel relieved neither Lucas nor Chelsea noticed. You, Lucas, Chelsea and Arno take a seat on the grandstand. Chelsea yaps away about the bad suitcase service at her and Arno's hotel. She says she had 3 bellhops fired and the hotel manager suspended. Arno pulls out his vape. You feel funny seeing his arm around her. Chelsea scolds at Arno and says he can't vape or smoke here. Arno says she's being annoying. You and Lucas hear them start to softly argue for the next 15 minutes. Arno tells Chelsea she has an ugly heart. Chelsea tells him to stop undermining her as she scratches him deeply. He swears in pain and raises his voice as they continue arguing. Arno asks if she'd like to make a scene as his voice booms over her softer tone. Lucas gets worried. He asks Arno if he'd like to look at the cigar store at the private lounge. Arno nods and leaves with Lucas. You ask Chelsea if she's okay. She says she's fine and says Arno's always like this. She thanks you for taking Arno home the other night. You realize Chelsea has no idea you two slept in the same bed. You feel guilty. She notices, but suddenly giggles and says Arno needed a good beating. Chelsea says he's a bully when it comes to betting on horses, hence the fight. You frown and say the guy tried to cheat him of his winnings. Chelsea rolls her eyes before telling you they're finally official. Your heart skips a beat and you congratulate her. She smiles and says they've been officially boyfriend and girlfriend since Thursday. They came to Monte Carlo to celebrate. You hide your disappointment. You realize how much you care about Arno. Despite his reckless and unpredictable behavior, you've grown to appreciate his raw, caring and addictive personality. June the 14th. 10:30 p.m. Chelsea and Arno left early, leaving you and Lucas to enjoy the races. You and Lucas head to the arena bar downstairs for a drink. The place is packed and stuffy. Lucas gets a phone call from his father and asks if you could give him a moment before he leaves the arena bar. You try to find empty seating when you bump into Arno. Arno turns around. He's still wearing his Armani shades. Well, if it isn't my international baby, he says playfully. Arno is extremely drunk and unaware of how loud he is being. He says Chelsea went back to the hotel. Arno asks why you're upset. He says Lucas had told him you two were officially dating. He says Lucas won't be enough for you in the long run. You confront him and mention how he's also made it official with Chelsea. You remind Arno of how he said he'd never hurt you, but that he lied. You confront Arno on how he never mentioned he and Chelsea were seeing each other when you two first spent time together. He pulls off his shades and you notice his eyes. His eyes are puffy. You realize it's because he's been crying. He places his large hands on your face as he hushes to you to say the word and he'd leave Chelsea. He says he'd leave her for you in a heartbeat. Arno asks if he should talk to Lucas. You beg him to stop. He groans and places his hand on his forehead. You see his anger, passion, and desire for you. A few fellow F1 tourists say Arno is making a ruckus. Arno tells them they're being snobbish before he leaves the bar area. Outside, Arno pleads with you to allow him to speak to Lucas. You feel conflicted and scared. He tells you to not worry and that he'll handle everything. Arno pulls you into a hug. You allow him to wrap his arms around you as he tries to reassure you. He says he'll make things okay again. He lifts your head to kiss you. You smell his scent and his lips brush against yours softly. You pull away and say it's best you go inside. Arno scratches his neck in frustration and escorts you back inside before he leaves. Lucas finds you. He was looking everywhere for you. Lucas says he ordered your favorite food inside, but you ask if you two may go back to the luxury ship and call it a night.